In this question, we are solving for x in the following triangle. So this triangle has an angle of 113 degrees, a side of 11 centimeters, and a side of 5 centimeters, and we are trying to solve for angle x. So when I'm trying to choose a method, the first thing I ask myself is this a right angle triangle? And the answer is no. So then I ask myself, do I know an angle and its opposite side? And the answer to that is yes. I have 113 degrees, and then I know that the side across from it is 11 centimeters. So that tells me that I am allowed to use sine law. Now, when I'm using sine law, there are two different versions of the formula. They're just flipped over. If I'm solving for a side, I would put the side on top. But in this case, we are solving for an angle, so I'm going to put the angle on top. So we are doing sine A over A equals sine B over B equals sine C over C. Since my formula uses A's, B's, and C's, I need to label my triangle with A, B, and C. So I like to take whatever it is we're looking for and call that A. So in this case, we are trying to solve for x. So we're going to label that as A, and it's an angle. So I'm going to use uppercase A. And then the side across from it is lowercase a. And then it doesn't matter what we pick. I might let this corner over here be B, and then the side across from that is little side b, and then the 113 would be angle C, so the 11 centimeters across from it is side C. I'm going to take all of the things I know and substitute it in, but first I do notice that there is a pair that we don't really know anything about, and that is B. I don't know angle B or side B, so I am going to eliminate the B from the formula. So we're going to have that sine of angle A, which is x, divided by side A, which is 5, equals sine of angle C, which is 113 degrees, divided by side C, which is 11 centimeters. Okay, from here, normally with fractions, I would cross multiply, and we can absolutely do that. But as a little bit of a shortcut, instead of fully cross multiplying, we can half cross multiply and take the 5 over to the other side. So I get sine x equals 5 times sine of 113 divided by 11. If I had fully cross multiplied and taken the 11 over to the other side, I would then just have to redivide it back over, so this saves a step. Before I go any further, I have a choice to make. I can either try to eliminate the sign by doing the inverse sign, or I can try to calculate this number first. And I think for most people, it's probably easier if we calculate that number first as a decimal. So I'm going to do 5 times sine of 113 and then divided by 11. Now, because this is not my final answer, I do actually need to write the whole thing down. So I have 0.418411297. And then to eliminate the sign, we are going to do the inverse sign of that number. So on my calculator, that number is still there. So I'm just going to do shift and then sign. If you have a calculator where you see the word sign show up, you can do your inverse sign, and then you might have an answer button, or sometimes you can just hit equals and it will just put the last answer in for you, and it should calculate it. So we get 24.73. The next digit is a 4, so this is going to stay 24.73. So the sides are marked in centimeters, but this is an angle, so it should be degrees. So my final answer is 24.73 degrees.